Mock Review. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Obceth here with another mock review. Now, we got a big one created by Aj Ahkari. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I also cannot pronounce this name, so I'm just going to say the title. The Aztec God of Death. I will make sure to put it down below the image as a caption to introduce it. And I'm actually going to read out what's in the post on the Amino here. This mock of the Aztec God here, bless you, I guess that's a joke, it kind of sounds like a sneeze, was my entry to the second redemption round of this year's BioCup. Builders were challenged to build a mock with the theme of regional mythology and folklore. I decided to go with the Latin American theme, more specifically Mexico, and this is what I made. And as you can see, this is a very unique look. Now, I remember months ago when I first saw this, I actually showed this to my friend Dom, the one who's voiced Nordy in the past, and she immediately recognized it as the Aztec God of Death, as that's what she is. So, at least from my inside view, this definitely looks the part, or at least is recognizable enough as the Aztec God of Death. I guess we'll start as we always do, from the legs and work our way up. Nice use of using the protector feet. I do like them being used with claws. They're not too big, but they're not too small. They're interesting ways to add on to them to make them seem a little bit bigger without being too cumbersome. And a nice little addition on the back, just to give a little bit more surface area and stability. Good job there. The legs I both like and am very confused by, because I can tell you're using the Thornax launcher pieces here, which is really good gunmetal, and it definitely, this whole thing has a very skeletal vibe, so it works. So it's kind of hard to make some critiques, but I'll say these legs look kind of fragile. Maybe it's just the additional armor on top, such as like on the thighs. It's I think those are from Star Wars launchers or something. I'm looking at this on my phone right now and something keeps dragging it away. Listen, I can't tell if that armor covering on the thighs is actually attached to it and is integral to the design, or like structurally, if it's something that's holding it up, or if it's literally just being held on there as coverage by the rubber bands. I guess if it is just a pure like aesthetic armor placed on, that's fine. I might replace the rubber bands with blue just for the sake of consistency. I kind of like the blue there instead of the white. Just me. Crotch. I like that you have kind of, I guess you could say, like robe-like cloth coming down, just right down the thighs. It's a different design from what we've seen before from, I guess, maybe, have we seen other people who use this type of piece? Either way, looks good. Kind of wish you could have some more around the other sides, but it works for just a crotch covering. Good use of Ignika armor with the Vorax armor in red behind there. Kind of gives a peculiar indent to the crotch, but I'd say it works. I'm not sure what exactly technic piece there that is holding that in place with the little black fangs, but I like it. I'm curious about how that rubber band is attached on the inside of the chest, but it looks good. I'm wondering why you went for what looks like a clearly, I mean, I guess I'm answering my question. You have silver in other places, so it works. For the Spider Lord talon piece there. Either way, it's a really good definition. It works for like a, man, what's the bone on the front of your chest called? Okay, I can't remember what it's called, but it definitely does give that look to it. Well, as long as with the two, or I guess the 4 talon pieces going on the side, makes for a very good rib cage. So good job. Going on to the arms. Again, they're very skeletal looking, but that actually works here for design pretty well. Good job. Again, I'm wondering if the rubber bands are, how necessary they are for holding in place. Well, it makes sense from a world building perspective, or say realistically, because that's how classic armor would be. It's literally tied on. But in a mock, I mean, I don't like fragility too much, because you know, if you drop it or knock it over, I don't want things to go flying away. But still, it's good. And I still like the use of the dark blue system pieces on it. Good use of tires there to help fill it out some, to keep it from wiggling about too much. You have a literal skeleton forearm, which is good. I don't have any of those. I think I might have one piece. I really want more, because I really want to build some skeleton type mocks, especially for spooky season. But I just don't have them. A good, simple designed hand with the claws. I also really like the bangles around the forearm. That's a really nice touch. We're not touching that head. Or I guess we'll talk about the weapon. A very cool spear. Is it a staff or is it spear? Either way, it looks phenomenal. I mean, like, the core of it's pretty base, but just it's very ornate in design. I like it. I have no idea what the actual piece up here that's like this circular plate. I can hear my roommate sneezing. But yeah, just the use of gold and I guess brown here. It definitely gives it a very Aztec feel while also feeling a little very natural. I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to explain there, but I'm sure you get what I mean. And just a small use of, you know, all these little talons coming out of it. Just gives it a very tribal-esque feel to it. I love it a lot. Shoulder plates. This is what I find interesting, is because you definitely stepped away from just using Bionicle pieces for this. Because I'm not sure where it's from, but I know I've seen the wolf head design before. And the fact that you're using 4 half pieces over there to make up this kind of very regal bone-like, you know, just shoulder armor. It's a very unique look, and I think it's one of the big things that really drew my attention to the mock, just since it's something so out of the ordinary. And then, of course, we can't forget about the head, the face. A very, I would say, almost cartoonish skull piece used right there. You have this very well-made, I don't like face halo. I don't know what you want to call this. Just this golden ring all the way around it. It's very striking, especially since like there's been a little bit of gold here and there, but you know, you have this big old piece right around the head. Looks amazing. And of course, is it a crown? Because you know, you have 2 blue pieces sticking up in the back. It's just very unique looking. You don't have any. Okay, you have 1 back shot. Okay, so we look at it. You do have 2 blue pieces on the back, so that's good. Good covering on the calves by having those CCBS on there. It's actually not bulk. Just from looking, I don't think it gets in the way. I think you still have flexibility there, so like you can give some poses to them, so very good. And the back is very, very well covered. No, you can't see through that at all, which almost is kind of against the point of being a skeleton, but good job. I'm really liking the dark blue CCBS. I don't think I have any of those pieces. I need to invest in getting some. Again, a little bit of gold on the back of the neck there. I like it. There's really not too much else I can say about this here. It's just it's a very, very well made mock. Obviously, it was in BioCup, and I guess you make it to the 2nd round or 2nd place, whichever it is. You must have done really good. It's just a very unique mock to have. It's definitely worth showcasing. Like, obviously, you have a lot. I just realized you actually have a small bone on the inside of the staff by the hand. That's very cute to see. It just, you know, it's a very high quality mock. I'm so glad I get to see this all this time. This is definitely one of the mocks that stands out from the crowd, and it's one where probably if you look up like best mocks, it comes out. I do find it interesting that whenever that has happened, I've often seen mocks that kind of deviate away from the normal Bionicle formula, and they use these more unique pieces. Like I think the other one I've seen before is like one that has like a shark or a dinosaur face, and it's just like, hey, look at this. Like it's a very custom build, but then like the head is just so different. It doesn't exist in the Bionicle world. It's just nice to see that even if people aren't adhering to the Bionicle formula or world building, they can just completely, they can still do whatever they want with the pieces and make something amazing. So yeah, I'm just gonna show off a little bit more of these images here, and just take a moment to appreciate this mock. And as we're doing that, I guess a little channel update is I should be leaving Japan at the end of the month. So aside from the one video I already have planned to get done, which I'm still waiting on some lines to get to me, that will probably be the last quote-unquote stop motion one I do. I'm planning on taking my laptop and my microphone with me as I'm transitioning over to Washington State. So I should be able to do some there, given I have Wi-Fi or whatnot. Otherwise, things may slow down as I'm coming back to the civilian sector. But thank you guys very much for watching. Please reach out if you want to have your own mock reviewed. And until the next one, Obceth out.